2, 1.
Okay, so for our first game, we have Valently in the red to the west of the map against his opponent, Poison Gloom, who is in the green to the north. And this map is very weird and small. That's very interesting. What do you think, Licante?
Yeah, it's basically a half-sized map, pretty much. The entire southeastern side is quite useless to both players. There's no mills, you can run to it, but there's no connection between the north and south half of the map. So it's most of it is going to be on this northwest side, and both players have easy access to a second expansion and even a third if they want to. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, both players with, well, actually, Valently with the mostly tier 1 army here. He has pigeons, squirrels, and toads. It's a very versatile tier 1 army. With just falcons as tier 2, that's the only backup he has. So he's going for some sort of aggression, most likely. Or not exactly aggression, but a early aggressive start. Rather than Poison Gloom, who is going for lizards with toads as his tier 1, and skunks and snakes as tier 2, with a nice fox to back it up if he gets a bit later.
Yeah, I think from these picks, Poison Gloom is going to have a good advantage in the mid-game stages, so early on tier 1. We'll have to see how the game plays out. Valently actually both players went double Warren before their 8th farm, it looks like. But I think Valently's late games is going to be 6 or 8 falcons, and just push with that, because that is quite hard to deal with. But Poison Gloom does have the one counter to that, which is the fox. So
could
it's
be
going
very helpful,
to depend on the timings of everything. Poison Gloom gets an early fox out, then Valently can't really go falcons because they will just get picked off one at a time. Valently does have the advantage in the defensive setup because he does have the sniper balloon. So this may turn out to be a slow game, as both players seem to be taking some positions with machine gun nests.
Yeah, they're going for a mirror kind of here. So Valently goes with that MG nest and immediately builds it. As soon as that's done, builds a windmill behind it in a very good spot up on that little bit of high ground. And Poison Gloom pretty much does the same, just a bit later. So Valently looks like he's going to be focusing on some economy right now, pumping some farms into that new windmill of his. Poison Gloom with a lot of food stored up right now. He's going to go straight into skunks. Pretty powerful against that tier 1 army that Valently has right now. Obviously, he has those falcons to fall back on.
Poison Gloom is relying on lizards for his tier 1 mostly, and there are already toads out for Valently, so it's going to be quite tricky for him to push. And Valently also has a sniper balloon up, so his vision, he has pretty much all the vision he needs on that high ground from Poison Gloom. Poison Gloom is going to be replacing his turret a little bit further forward. I do like that play, just to secure himself a little bit more of that high ground.
That's definitely a good plan against those toads, and Valently looks like he wants to deny that MG nest. Oh, he doesn't manage to.
His toads explode mostly on the MG nest, so enough lizards survive to repel the attack, it looks like. Now Poison Gloom does have his skunk out, so this position is going to be quite hard to break.
Definitely. I think he's going to have to develop into falcons for the next attack if he wants to go into that, or just have an overwhelming force. He does have those pigeons up now. Very strong. They can heal the same unit now, worth noting, so it's better against these sorts of attacks. And he's going in again. Those toads explode right on those lizards. And he manages to take down the MG nest. That's a big deal.
Does break the MG nest, but there's gas already, and it's a fairly narrow choke point, so Valently wisely backs off, not wanting to fight into the skunk gas with his squirrels. And
Definitely
both players taking small engagements, no one really coming out ahead, and just trying to make sure they have their economy running behind it.
It's definitely good that he managed to take down that MG nest. I don't think he's going to let another one go down unless it's placed further back. So he does have that advantage going for him now, and looking at the army value graphs, Poison Gloom does have a value advantage in terms of his army, but Valently is bringing out falcons soon. Poison Gloom bring out snakes, so we'll see how it goes. Poison Gloom just on lizards right now, and these toads making big explosions here.
Yeah, Valently wasn't paying attention, or was not with his army right there. He was trying to get a sniper balloon up, which Poison Gloom handily denied, while trading more or less even with the army. He keeps all of his tier 2 alive, so that's great. Poison Gloom's going snakes, while Valently already has pigeons, so that may not be too efficient, but it will help against the balloon and the turret that Valently has. So those will be taken there.
Definitely. And Valently is building his third. He's gone on to his third windmill. He's expanding fairly well behind his army right here. So he's going to get a nice economic advantage if he manages to put those farms down without losing too many fights. Poison Gloom denies that sniper balloon, but he's coming in for an attack. Those toads completely wipe out those lizards, and the sniper balloon does work. Look at that.
Poison Gloom losing, I believe, 2 snakes, 2 skunks, and all of his tier 1, while Valently, looks like these falcons are going to stay alive because there's a pigeon on the field. Might die. If the pigeon isn't too smart. Nope.
Yeah, it looks like Valently is actually going to be able to build that sniper balloon that he wanted to, and that is going to slowly poke away at those MG nests, unless Poison Gloom reacts now. It might even be too late now, but Valently's elsewhere. He's not going to be able to defend it, and that sniper balloon goes down before it gets up.
That's the third balloon that Valently gets denied. That's 360 food, while he's slightly ahead in economy for most of the game. That's a pretty big deal.
He did manage to sell at least one of them, though. That's worth bearing in mind for full value.
Okay.
Still, he's not progressing if he just keeps... if this sniper balloon never actually gets up. He's building that windmill as well. He's built a sniper balloon that baits an attack, and now he's just going in. But it's not going
all of his tier 1 is dead already.
Yeah.
Poison Gloom does have 3 snakes still alive.
Yeah, those snakes just... They just stopped the falcons from progressing too much after that. Oh no.
Valently not respecting the snake DPS, losing all of his army again, and this mill is most likely dead now.
He does have that farm advantage right now. If he can just play smart, keep these this army alive, and go for another attack, he's going to come out ahead eventually. Poison Gloom on 9 farms. He's built an expansion. He's going to be able to build farms on it soon. Well, Valently's on 12, and he has that expansion with farms already on it, and he's going to be able to put farms on it easily as well.
Yeah, Valently's been ahead in economy for most of the game. It was a small lead early on. It's a larger lead now. So I hope Poison Gloom... He's adding on more and more snakes, which... I mean, his snakes have been doing well in these fights. But if he doesn't consider adding on a fox to deal with these falcon threats, then I believe he may be in trouble once Valently gets more falcons up.
I'd like to see Valently build like maybe another warren of pigeons against the amount of snakes that Poison Gloom is bringing out.
That would probably be a good idea, and he does exactly that.
He does. He's building a warren of pigeons, and it looks like another warren of falcons. I think that is a very good choice. To building up those falcons into a massive bull in the late mid game, or coming into the late game now, really helps out a lot.
Valently pushing his defensive line even further forward as Poison Gloom is secure on his high ground, 3 MG nests. He's favouring adding on more farm rather than army right now. I would have also liked to see toads in this game from Poison Gloom to deal with Valently's toads, but he appears to favour the snakes to do backline DPS, adding on a 4th snake warren.
Ooh, that's a lot of snakes coming out from Poison Gloom here. It looks like he wants to go for some poking.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, he does get the snake out on 1 HP.
Oh, and he's throwing his army right now, but those toads hitting those lizards immediately, and now there's just a tier 2 army getting decimated right now. Those falcons being healed up by those pigeons, they don't have a chance. But
Valently squirrels survived the fight. Okay, Valently squirrels survived the fight, so they were able to do DPS in the back. Now the snakes are trying to fend off this army. Oh, but the toad kills 2 snakes in 1 hit. And looks like Valently's going to save his falcons.
Oh, but they're kind of out of position right now, and he gets caught off. There's toads making sure to ward off those lizards, though. But there's no defenses left for Poison Gloom, and he's just going in right now, and this fight is not going to work for him.
Maybe feeling a little bit too pressured once his MGs went down, and now he's getting pushed back.
And this is the point where Valently can just completely clean up all these warrens.
Yeah, he has a lot of pigeons alive, so his units are probably going to stay alive. Poison Gloom has to probably sell his warrens and move out as soon as possible, but he seems to be like panicking a little bit while Valently is taking down base by base. Poison Gloom's trying to regroup, get his skunks, dealing with these reinforcements is exactly what you need to do in this case, but his lizards do get taken out by those toad explosions. While his one remaining farming base gets taken out as well. One lone skunk trying to turn the tide of battle, unfortunately does get taken out. And it looks like Valently will eventually end up taking this match.
It does. Very close match, actually. A lot of back and forth there.
Yeah, the
Valently
Pigeons
just holding out
Falcon
with
combo
yeah,
definitely showing what they can do late game.
Valently holding out with the more economic build order. Seems to work out in that longer game. So that was a very exciting match, actually. What did you think of that, Shu?
Yeah, you'd see Poison Gloom attacking into Valently again and again, and because he's running in, he has a slight disadvantage each time, and it build up over time. I think one thing Poison Gloom could have done a little bit better in the fights is pull his skunks a bit further forward, because the gas didn't really get onto the squirrels to take them out, and the squirrels did a ton and didn't really get touched in a lot of those fights.
Yeah, definitely. The squirrels sitting in the back line, being able to deal their damage from range was certainly a good part of the reason why Valently ended up taking that game. All right, so we can head up into our next game, which will be casted by Stewfly Pie and Hunter. Will be Mozzarella Sticks versus Xeno Coop. Gentlemen,